Okay students, so our next topic is the single cell protein. Single cell protein, as the name indicates, means these are single cells which are having the protein content, which are richest source of proteins. So what single cells? Obviously microorganisms. We use microorganisms as source of proteins, right? That is the single cell protein. Now, why to use these microorganisms as source of single cell proteins? Why to obtain proteins from microorganisms? Question arises. Why not from the our cereal crops and all? So first, agricultural production cannot fulfill demand of population. Means, as the India is a populous country, as population is increasing at rapid rate, production is not as rapid. By the conventional agricultural production of these cereals, pulses, vegetables, they cannot meet the demand of food for the whole population. So that's why we need the faster methods by which these food items they can be raised. Next, cereal demand increased due to shifting of grain to meat diets. Yeah, this is also the reason, because to produce 1 kg meat by animal breeding, animal farming, it requires near about 3 to 10 kg of grains, right? Near about 3 to 10 kg of grains. So in this way you can estimate why there is need of this single cell protein. And now more than 25% population is suffering from malnutrition and dying of hunger, right? So by keeping in view all these objectives, there is need to produce the single cell proteins. So this alternate is the single cell protein. Now you heard the names spirulina, chlorella, all these names also in the biological classification chapter of 11th. These serve the purpose. These are the microorganisms which are the source of proteins, single cell proteins. Now how they produce? They are grown in industries on large scale, right? Where on the substrate on which they grow, they can be grown on wastewater from the potato processing plants. Why potato processing? Means specifically for rapid growth of these spirulina, because they will contain the starch, and starch is the best medium for the growth of these microorganisms. Straw, molasses, animal manure, and even the sewage. So you can estimate, you can just understand that how we can manage things like the pollution can also be, the environmental pollution that can also be reduced, right? We can solve here the dual purpose. One, food requirement will be completed, and second, environmental pollution will be reduced, right? So now comparison. You can make the comparison here. 250 kg cow, rough estimate is given. 250 kg cow, on average it produces the 200 grams of protein per day. On the other hand, 250 grams of the microorganisms, specifically name is given in NCERT, Methylophilus methylotrophes. This is the bacterium responsible for producing 25 tons of proteins per day. You can make the comparison here. How it is responsible? Because of its own quality, that generation time, its rapid growth rate. Right? On an average, bacteria can multiply within 20 minutes. So its rapid growth rate is helpful in producing this large amount of the protein in very less time, right? So also mushrooms serve the same purpose. Mushrooms are also the good source of proteins, and they come under the category of the fungus, right? Fungi, they include the mushrooms. So you can understand here how these microorganisms are playing significant roles in fulfilling the demands of people, in improving the nutritional quality of our food items, right? So this is all about this single cell protein. And previous topic I have discussed with you, that is biofortification. Although these two topics, these are not so much these are not concept based topics. You can do these very easily by reading and by taking the help of from these two videos also to some extent. Okay, so do reading and then clear these topics. Okay, thank you.